Whisper.
All right, so we're here with Damon, RSS. What'd you say? Whisper?
Whisper.
It's like the horse whisperer.
Whisperer. All right.
Whisper.
Everybody in chat, you can hear us, okay?
Yep.
Hanging out with the assassins. All right. Very cool. So I'm reckon, Johnny, you can hear us. Everybody can hear us okay? Yes, give me a yes, you can. Randy's here. Yes, okay. All right. So what I was saying earlier is that, quite frankly, when I say I don't have a clue, I want everybody to understand, Damon, I don't have a clue. But I guarantee you're not going to get too much past Gary.
That's okay. That's okay. We added something, you know, what we're going to show you today is something that I didn't have a clue on about, well, probably about 4 months ago when we started development of it. So I'm excited to share with everybody.
Okay. And the reason that I put this out to the various rooms that, you know, we have and Gary and I are working with is I specifically targeted everybody that's in our G-Site environment. Okay. Not quads, not this, not that, but mostly everybody that we have in the target for G-Sites and how we're going to be building them out and everything else. So, you know, with that being said, we're 3 minutes into the hour. Gary, what do you got to say for Damon? Anything before he rocks it?
Hey, just rock and roll, Damon.
Okay. I'm excited to be here, and thank y'all for inviting me.
You got to go ahead from Gary, so I guess you're okay.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen real quick.
Just one quick question. Your particular protocol, you want to ask questions while we're going through it or wait till the end and ask them at the end?
Well, if it's pertinent to the exact topic that we're talking about and you think it would add context to what we're talking about, certainly interrupt me. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
But if it's a general topic, we can answer at the end. I can show some, you know, how-tos specifically to answer questions. I'd love to, you know, hang out as long as y'all want me to, and we'll have fun with it.
So I got 6:30 dinner reservations, so we have a lot of time.
Okay, perfect.
All right, guys, you guys ready? Huh? You guys give me a 8 if you're ready. Let's go. 8. 8 for great. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Oh, we got an 8 with an exclamation point. Now we got quad 8s. Oh, somebody's playing with your quads, Gary. Quad 8s, triple 8s. All right. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and have some fun.
Let's have some fun, guys. I am going to be talking about one specific thing today, and it's called local citation pages. And I showed this to Patrick and Gary the other day, and we built it specifically to go into Google Sites. And Gary goes, wow, we could put this in Google Calendar. We can put it in all the Google properties because it's designed to automatically embed as an HTML. So I've got a short little presentation, and then we're going to be hands-on. You'll look over my shoulder and I'll show you exactly how these local citation pages are made and why you might even need them. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started down here. So what are local citation pages? Well, the way that we made them, they are standalone HTML web pages. So you don't need anything above or anything below in creating a website. We've made you a web page, and it's built automatically inside of our RSS master. We just simply give you the link once you've made it. But the important part of it is the ability to have static links on an HTML page that can be Google indexed, okay? The other part of a local citation page is to have RSS feeds or have a rotational dynamic links that get updated every 3 days, 7 days, whatever your schedule is, so that you give Google something to crawl back onto that page. Okay, that's the important part, is we want Google re-indexing the page, doing a re-verification of the page itself. And that's why we built this local citation page. Now, originally, this idea came from Daryl Osborne with the Entity Elevation, I think is the group. And he said, can you do this with your tool? And Wayne kind of scratched his head and said, yeah, we could do something. And we spent about 2 months getting it what we think is the perfect HTML page that you can use with your Google properties. Okay, how we make them. They're made as hubs, and then in the hub we have the actual pages. But what you can put inside of them is you can put expert feeds, you could put Google Sheets. We have the ability to take information you have on Google Sheets and then pass it across. Trending YouTube videos, we like using this. Helpful content, listicles, you could put all this onto one page, and I'm about to show you what these pages look like real quick. But you could put AI content in there, and I'll show you the different varieties, and then you can kind of see how we're making them. But what it's designed for is static links so that you can get your own local pages, your own money sites, and you can blend it with expert links. So that's the citation part, is whenever you're citing something, is you want to cite, .govs, .orgs, expert wiki pages, but why not put your own links in right beside them or right in between all the other links? And that's what
you're stealing their authority is what you're saying, right?
Absolutely. You're stealing what Google's reading is. These are authority sites, and then you're right in the middle of all of them. And because we update it, is we can rotate them, we can do different things inside of the MASH, and it just gives you a freshness. And what this freshness goes, it passes into your Google site. So even though you've created the page, you put this local page embed in there, and if you're updating every 7 days, then it's going to put new content into that Google site every 7 days. Now, why I keep mentioning 7 days, I'll just point this out. Google Search Console, you can, once you index your site, you got your Google map on there, you can request Google Search Console to recrawl your site and re-index that page every 7 days. You can't go less than 7 days, but every 7 days you can request a new re-verification. Now, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get re-indexed every 7 days. That's the frequency that you can go back to Google Search Console requesting a re-index re-verification. Okay. So how does RSS make it better? Well, we use the tools of the RSS feed and the RSS masher to actually redo this entire HTML page for you on your schedule. So this is what is the automatic freshening of the page. And we put content mashups in these niche hub sites. Mashups, if you're not familiar, is Yahoo used to have a program called Yahoo Pipes, and they were the first one that did an RSS mash. They would take a bunch of different RSS feeds, feed it all together, and create a big central mashup. Well, that's when Yahoo Pipes went out of business. That's what we did. RSS Masher came in, and we kind of took over that position. Is we mash up all these RSS feeds, and we randomly rotate them in there, and we give you a list of feeds that you can actually create posts with that go straight into your website. But what we're doing with this is we're using these RSS feeds to create expert citation links. Okay. And you can use embedded links along with as standalone pages. So I'm going to show you how to make a standalone page, which you just can simply take that URL and put it into the Google Sites. Okay. So without any further, I'm going to stop sharing that little presentation and hop over to Gary. You got a question?
Yeah. People think of citations as like in Bright Local or Citation Builders or whatever, where we're just getting a link from another authority to identify who we are. So you're not really saying that right here, are you? I mean, you're actually building something from it So I want to just differentiate for some of the people that are asking me, well, citations are just a coming from someplace to someplace without really creating something out of it. So
Right.
can you explain that a little bit? Just
Yeah,
please?
citation links, we say citation, and what it is a short link is the way that we're actually using it. So you can get an RSS feed from a bunch of different sources. A lot of news sources have it, .orgs. In fact, we bring in a lot of news sites with it. So a news link to their own news post is an RSS link. Okay, we're using them in this listing here. This is a local citation page is what we call it. So traditionally, what you would do is you would go out and you would get a link to a .org, to a .gov, and then you put your own links in there and you'd build the page up, whether it's a Google Doc or whether you're using an HTML editor. And then you would have a page that you could put into your website, or you can use it as just a standalone HTML. So what we've done is we made it automated so that you can put your local links in, and then you add a bunch of RSS feeds, and whenever the RSS feed's updated, they will change these links around for you. And so in this combination here, I want you to look, this is just a local page. In fact, we've got different hosting sites that you could put it. This is a consumer news network, trending news stories. This is one of my websites that I'm pointing some of the local links. So if you look down here at the lower left-hand corner, you can see where these links are going. This is going to Consumer News Network. This is one of my links. This is another link I put into a product, a newsletter. And you can see I've got them all at the top. These are all my local links at the top, okay? Now, as I get down here to the bottom, let's see. Still got a lot of those. Okay, so right here is where I switch over. I put my locals at the top, and then I put the expert links down below. So you're going to see Politico. Anybody heard of Politico.com?
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the top political news sources out on the market today. Okay, so you see a lot of Politico coming in. This one is a republicreport.org, very right-wing type of RSS feed. You can just kind of see as I'm going down through here, politicsoutdoors.com. Okay, so without looking at the link itself, it is hard to really tell which one are, maybe that one would be easy, but which one are my links versus which one are the expert links, okay? So in this scenario, I put my locals at the top and I put the RSS feeds at the bottom, but you can mix them in. So I have a bookkeeping service that for a client of mine. She's in Dallas, and actually she's in McKinney. So here's where the local really comes in handy is I can have a page for Dallas that's focused around Dallas or Plano. And then I've got some local links for her site, as well as links for accounting, from QuickBooks, from all the different bookkeeping authority sites. So let's, again, we'll take a look at this. This is bookkeeping. So as you look in the lower left-hand corner, her site name is Damon Nelson Bookkeeping. And I'll just go down here, and then we get some more. These are all blog posts. And we'll come down here at the bottom. Okay, ledgers online, 5-minute bookkeeping. A lot of, now the bookkeeping probably doesn't have as many expert sites, but I have a lot of interesting content in here, okay? Now, here's the link to it. This is an HTML page, and here's the beauty, is I can squeeze it in and it automatically resizes. Okay, we have the image, the thumbnail images, we have the title, and we have a short description. Okay, now what else can you do with this? Okay, here's the title block up at the top, and you get to put this in, and you can even spin this if you want. So every time it updates the RSS feed, it would update your other content. At the bottom, we have feed tags. okay? News categories. So as Google is reading this, it's getting an idea of where this local page would fit in their indexing, okay? And these are just tags. None of them are clickable. The only thing that we have clickable is your own custom domain. Now, if I click on that, it's going to roll up to the main domain, which I have a newsletter subscription. You can put anything you want if you have a custom domain in there, okay? So let's take a look. This is one of, I think, Bradley's Benner's sites. Grim Reaper Tree Trimming Service in Louisville. So we were helping him build a whole bunch, and he said, I really want to pull people in, not necessarily on tree trimming, but outdoor patio things and barbecue, grilling, anything that I can do kind of a cross promotion. So people that are searching for anything about barbecue. So I've got some Article Forge articles, and I put that in there. It's got a good image, it's got a good video, and then right underneath it are the links. So this one is, if you just kind of, his site is Creekstone Outdoors. And those are his links along with other links that we have in here from expert sites. And then underneath that, we have frequently asked questions. Now, these are ones that we've imported in, and we've got all the training on how to do all this inside of RSS Basher. But what we call these are money hooks. So we're taking this local page, and we're inserting some stuff right up in here, and we're inserting some stuff right down here below. And also you can put a Google map in there. So we're going to give you all the Google properties that you can put into the page, then it's shown inside of a Google site, okay? So what does it look like on a Google site? I'm just going to go over here to sites.
Wait a minute, I thought we were going to charge everybody to see that.
I've got my sample ones.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I was gonna put my PayPal.me up pretty soon.
Yep. Okay. So this is a Google site, real easy to create. You know, in fact, this is a temporary site, and I put in here is the page embed. Okay. So you're looking at the small business bookkeeping services in Allen, Texas. So let's just suppose that I wanted to change that around. And if I was to actually look at this, I can copy the link and we'll just see it right here. Now, guys, I did this as a test site. It's not really even set up as what you probably are doing right now in Ranking Factory is y'all are doing professional Google sites. But I wanted to show you this, show you what it does, okay? Just an image, and here's the page embed. And so everything is kept inside this page embed right here, okay? So Google is reading this when they go to your Google site, reading all this information right here. And you're just kind of forcing them to read it because it's in their own properties. Okay, so how easy is it to add? So I'm just going to delete this page embed. And I'll come up and grab another one of these. Small business bookkeeping. I'll copy it. Come over here and I'm going to do embed. Paste that in there. We'll paste that, insert. And that's all you have to do.
How many people just learned something? I know everybody's not an expert. So how many people absolutely just now learned something you didn't know 10 minutes ago? Okay, seriously. I mean, that's why we're here, right? Right, Damon? I mean,
yep.
You know, it's show and tell, but it's learning.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting, I did, we did. So frickin' A, we already answered the question that, did you come here today and learn something? If not, you wasted your time. So what are we into it now? 10 minutes?
Yep.
Dang, buddy.
And that's just that's a regular. Now, the trick to it is the HTML has to be formatted so it's mobile responsive, that it is flexible. And it's got the proper schema and everything set up inside of it. Now, what do you do once you have it in here? And now I'm still in development mode, so I can just resize it if I really wanted to. Come down here, make this a little bit bigger. And then I could add other things in here. I could add images right next to it if I wanted to. I don't want pictures of me on there. I'll just let's go up to my other Snagit here. So here's an image. So you can kind of move things around, you know, and build whatever you want with your Google site. I mean, Google sites are so easy. I love using them. And between what Patrick and I have been talking about on Google Sites, there's a lot of neat things that are going to be happening in the very near future with kind of a combination of what we're doing and what Patrick's doing with the Google Sites and the Google properties. Okay, so I'm going to hit publish. Come back over here.
Damon, let's make something clear. Patrick's got nothing to do with this. This is all Gary.
Yeah, this is all Gary.
This ain't me. This is all Gary, buddy.
Gary, let me ask you this. If you knew that you could put a HTML embed into any Google property, would you put it in something else besides Google Sites, maybe?
I would put HTML. I put HTML there. I've tried to put it in slide notes. It didn't work very well.
But you could use it in a lot of places.
Yeah, you could use it in calendars. Loves HTML, but it's limited.
Yep. Now, here's something that I haven't tried publicly. Let's try it. I'm going to go to Google Docs. So if you had some Google Docs, and let's see if we can insert break. I forgot how to do that. What is the insert?
There's a link on there. Just insert the link.
Insert the link. And let's just paste that straight in there.
See if that'll work. There's your link.
Okay, there's the link for it, but I know there used to.
We were trying to get the whole page in there. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, there's an embed
There's a way
command.
to do it.
And I may be wasting time right now, but I know there is a embed command inside of Google Docs. I haven't tried it yet. Break, link, bookmark.
How about format?
Format. Well, this is one that I'll have to look up and I'll give to your group later, tools. But there is an iframe command. Okay, let's suppose I don't have that. Now I'm going to come back over here and go, okay, if I'm in manage meshes, we actually have an iframe. So I'm going to go in and just edit this one local that we have. Okay, and build, and here's the iframe right here. So if you can't use this as a straight embed, we have an iframe embed for you. And insert table drawing. I know there's an insert code in here somewhere. Meeting notes. Equation. Well, maybe a bad example.
If you put the document already inserted into the G site and then publish to web.
Yep.
Okay. Then that might work from that perspective, as opposed to just trying to find an embed code straight on a doc.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this already part of RSS Masher is a question?
Yes. Yeah. This is already built into RSS Masher. So let's go out and we'll build one from, I'll show you what they look like and then we'll build one from scratch. So part of RSS Masher, just to give you a baseline here, is we have mashes. This is where you create everything, you mash everything together. And then we have the schedule where you post it into your WordPress, your Blogger, wherever you want to post it, which it actually does really well in Blogger. But then you can socially syndicate it at that time. You could send it to Zapier, Integromat, Twitter, Tumblr. I think we even have WordPress.com in there. What we use it, booster pages, If you have any link pin size, and we can always talk about that later, but you don't have to go into schedule it because you're building the page in here. So this is the only one that you don't need a schedule with because you have the links. All the links are right here.
Can you connect it to ITTT?
Yes, yes. That's,
Bingo.
okay, so there's our local bookkeeping services in Allen. I'm going to hit edit. Okay. This is just for you, your information, kind of keep everything organized. So I always give it a title local, so I know it's a local page versus a regular masher post. I come down in here and I give it a what client site. This is Nita Nelson Bookkeeping, and hit update. Okay, so now it's ready to build out. And now I have some article forge on here, and it's about, this one's content marketing. I'm going to turn this off right now. I also have some helpful content, turn that off. Okay, now here's what you could put in there. You could put website feeds. This is your RSS feeds that we called our citation links. So how do we get them in here? Well, you can grab any RSS feed and put it right in there, and then click add RSS feed to MASH. It's going to verify that it is a correct RSS format. Or if you want to, come up here, and we kind of got some cheating going on in here, is we have a bunch of niches in here. And let's say we're going to go with, I'm going to add one with ways to make money, or let's do startup. Okay. Now, once it's in there, then see if there's any drop downs in there. That one didn't have a startup. Let's do that one. Well, there we go. Okay. Small Biz Daily. I don't think that's in there, so I'm going to add it. It's going to put it in this table to pre-check it before we put in there. Okay. So these are all the ones that are under this category. HubSpot, Heavy Eyes. Let's do Start Your Business Magazine. Okay. Now I can add them real easy. I just hit add, and it's going to put it in this table. So these are the dynamic links that are going to change every time on your schedule. Okay. So let's go on to the next one. Is you can put YouTube RSS feeds in there. You can put playlist RSS feeds. You could do article forge, and we build your article forge using your integration. Is you can build campaigns automatically, and we use the API to go back and forth with it.
Does that mean we have to have our own article forge account?
You would need your own article forge account. Yes.
But what if we don't have that? Then what?
In about 2 months from now, I'm hoping sooner, we have AI Masher, and it's going to replace Article Forge. So it will be an additional, but it will be a lot cheaper than what Article Forge is, especially if you've got RSS Max. Okay, you can do listicles, and this is things that go with your local page, helpful content, YouTube search. I love using this because I can put in here YouTube popular search trends, and we use proxies. We go out and we get the most popular videos, and we're pulling 5 at a time that are about bookkeeping tips for small businesses. So I just do this remote bookkeeping tips. Okay, I hit update. So we're going to pull from websites, and we'll pull from YouTube. You can even have G Sheets. If you've got some content that you want to add through your G Sheets, you can do that inside those citation links. Okay. And here's the cool thing. We have the ability for you to add your own images. So you can replace on links that don't have thumbnail images, you can replace them with your own image packs, or you can just go straight into Google. We do a Google search where you put in your search keywords in there and which account you're using. We also have Pixabay. Just put in your Pixabay account, and then this is image packs, which you would load up right over here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace any of these links that don't have images. I'm going to pull from an image pack I named bookkeeping. And it's just, I went to Canva, did 1280 by 720 and did 30 images and just dragged them across and made them. It took me about 5 minutes to make some bookkeeping. Okay. These are stock images, but they're pretty decent. Okay. Now I want to replace the first image. So it's kind of defaulted here, and add a featured image to text only articles. Okay, this is important. You want to check that. You don't want to replace all the images. Okay, then you hit update. Now this is the local right here. Okay, you would go to your local tab, give it a title, Small Business Bookkeeping Services in Allen, and then I've got a spin version in here. Okay, I loaded the content in and I hit spin with Word AI. I've got a Word AI account integrated. But if you don't have that, we even have Spin Rewriter if you want to integrate those spin versions. And where do you get the description? Well, there's a thing called Chat GPT. I use Authored Intelligence, Phrase, Jasper. Any of the AI tools now will make a really good description. In fact, let's see. We'll come back. We'll do this later. I'll show you how to do a really good spin version in there. Okay. Career. So once you have this built, now we're going to select a niche and a category. A lot of niches in here. And if you want to see the current list of categories that you can tag it with, niche categories, we've got 365 different categories, and I think 27 niches. Okay. And so we'll choose that. And where this goes, it's going to go down at the bottom footer. Okay. So it's going to go right down here, niches, categories. Okay. Then we're going to put some tags in here. Okay. You put anything that you want in your tags, and where's this going to go? It's going to go right here. Okay. Now these are not clickable. We intentionally did this we do not want link leakage. We only want the links that are shown here and in the citations. Okay. Let's close that one out. Okay. Now we have 3 different templates. We have a template with the footer on the bottom. We have a template with the everything on as a sidebar. This I wouldn't use this. I'd use either that or the HTML grid. Now, where you would use the HTML grid is if you're going to add it to the bottom of somebody else's or your blog post, your WordPress. You could add just the links themselves. It doesn't have anything on top or anything on bottom. I think I may have. See if I have one in here. I'll show you those in a second here. Okay. Now, number of external links. How many links do you want to pull off the RSS feeds, the YouTube trend feeds, or even your Google Sheets? That's all, you determine that. Okay. Where do you want your own static links to go? Do you want them at the top or the bottom, or you want to just scatter them in there? So what this will do is kind of mix everything together. I kind of like that approach. Okay. Do you want the thumbnail images on, off? And we did it. There's an interesting reason we did it this way. You can turn them all on, turn them all off, or you can turn just your static images on or just the external images on. Okay. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do just static images only. Okay. Maximum description length, 80 characters, 120 characters. It's up to you, however you want to put it in there. Okay. Now we have 2 shared domains. They're called Trusted List, Topic Gate. You could choose those. You don't have to have a custom domain. If you buy, we have a double your offer campaign. We'll talk about that later. We add 2 more shared domains. So you don't really have to do anything like go out and buy another domain. This is my custom domain. And the reason I have it is I wanted something on the home page. So when you build a custom domain, you get to put something on your home page. It could be this is a newsletter sign up. It could be just a regular sales page. It could be a lead gen offer on there. And how they would get to it is through that link only. That's the only one that goes all the way up to the top. Okay. Now I know I'm showing everybody a lot of stuff here, but it's going to make sense in just a second as we build this through. Okay. How often do you want to rebuild your schedule? Remember I talked about 7 days. That's where that 7 days comes in right there. Okay. You can go 21 days. You can go you know, whatever number you want. If you type 0, it is not going to change this at all. It will never update. Okay. So let's leave it at 7. Every 7 days, we want this page completely be rebuilt. All the links. It's not going to change your static links that you put in there. Okay. Show contact link, a geolocate. This is just kind of turns on your map right here. Show Gmap. You can even use a plus code in here. And I just kind of all looked this up. And then entity elevation, they have special schemas that they're using, which you would use that if you're part of them. Once you're done, you hit update. Okay. Now, to get your links, your static links in there, is you can either use them one at a time, or you can just do a copy of them. You can do a CSV upload, and here's the format. You need a URL. And if you don't have title, description, or image, don't worry, we'll find it for you. So Patrick, we'll put you on the, I'll put you on the hot seat. Can you give me a link to one of your pages?
Sure, just go to the homepage, therankingstore.com.
Okay, ranking.
The one that we're rebuilding right now.
Okay.
The
Ranking.
THE.
The ranking store.
Oh, okay.
THE. There you go.
Okay.
Because otherwise I'm for sale. I better go buy it right away.
That's not a bad price, $22.95.
Yeah.
Okay, ranking store. So I'm going to take that, and let's say that we have a client who wants to add a couple more pages, so we'll put that in there, and I added it in. Okay. And there we go. It's probably going to be here at the bottom. Okay. If you notice, it doesn't have any information with it. So I'm just going to highlight this row, get selected data, and it's going to go out and get the title, the description, and the thumbnail. Okay. So now we have a thumbnail. So what I do is I will go to a client's site, and we'll go to Nelson Bookkeeping, and I don't know all her links, so to sitemap.xml. Okay, so let's go in post. Okay, so there's all her links right there, and I can copy them, put them in a spreadsheet, and then I would have just the links right there that I would need, because I just take that one column and import it.
So you're doing the whole site map.
But you can put, I've got a lot more posts than what I'm doing on this one citation link. Okay. So we've got a total of 32 posts in here. I just added your post in here. Okay. So the local page is built. This is all you really need to build a local page, but you can add in other things. So we're going to go in and hit build.
While that's doing that, Damon, how does this work? You know, if we're doing a national website for national rankings, and a lot of people don't do local; they're just doing national. So,
Yeah,
or an affiliate, either way.
well, I have in fact, well, okay, here we go. We'll preview the web. This has the article forge. Oops, let's do that. It's got an article forge on top. It's got the links, and let's see if your link is mixed in here somewhere. There it is.
Right at the bottom, like you said.
Right at the bottom. And there's our Google map. Okay. You asked about if we go national. Consumer News Network, that's one that is a national, we're pushing everything to a news site so that we get traffic to our Google News approved site. So let's take a look at it. Consumer News. In fact, I'll just come up here and go backwards. Okay.
So all your feeds would be, you know, all the national sites, you know, USA Today, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Gotcha.
And, you know, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for trending content. I'm looking for trending videos, anything that, you know, other people would, you know, use as clickbait, you know, with a good, sexy title or a great image, because I want to be right beside them. Let's see. This is the one that had all the Politico stuff in there. It is even bringing in, you know, Chat GPT and talking a lot about that stuff. So this is how you do a national site. It's just a simple matter of putting your own links for whatever site that you're or affiliate. And this is a great way to do affiliate offers. Is if you've got a site that does affiliate reviews, we'll put all of those affiliate review pages in as your statics links in here. Okay. So let's build a, see if I got, I've got several of them in here. Okay, I've got a skylight where I'm doing skylights. So I'm going to build one from scratch. In fact, let's do this because I build my sites all the time. Anybody, Gary, if somebody has a site that they would like me to build a local page for them, put that in chat, and Gary, you tell me which one you want me to use.
Okay.
So while those guys are everybody putting your stuff in the chat there you wanted to look at, somebody's asking a pretty interesting question. I'm pulling Google Alerts into G Sheets. Can I pull a certain column from that sheet into Citation Match?
A certain column from Google
Like
Alerts.
they're doing Google Alerts into a sheet, Google Sheet.
Right.
So it has different columns.
Okay.
So can we pull a certain column from that sheet into a citation match?
If it is a properly formatted URL, yes, you can.
Okay.
And then you drop the URLs, and then you do the the search at the bottom of the table, and it gets the thumbnail if it has one, a title, and a description. In fact, that might be a really good way of doing this. And you could think of it also is you could have some static links in there that never change. But on Google Alerts, you may want to just bring it in as an RSS feed. And then that way, those get updated all the time on Google Alerts.
Hey, Damon,
Yeah.
we got time for a quick story for everybody.
Yeah.
How many people remember the G pages, the G plus pages that they used to have? I did a RSS mash, and unfortunately I was kind of new at doing this at the time, and I built the page with no content. I had a header, no images, no videos, no content. And I used a mashed RSS feed, and I used I believe one of the feeds was the British newspaper, the biggest one they had. And the following day, I showed Patrick an image of this. I had it one time. I had 478 visitors to a page with no content in 24 hours. RSS feeds traffic.
Yep. And there's, you know, probably some people in your mind, you might be thinking, well, that's duplicate content. Yes, it is. But news sites are kind of allowed this duplicate content because there's only one reporter making one post, but it's in one newspaper. But that gets syndicated across the entire news world, the API service, the UPI service. That's why RSS feeds were invented, were to syndicate. It's really simple syndication. It is the method that news journalists got their news distributed across the world, is with the RSS feed. So if you have a Google News site, or you're wanting to build a Google News site, why not build it with Google News or with popular trending news articles and trending videos, and then put your links in right beside them. Okay. Gary, do you have me a site?
Yes.
Hey, Gary,
Yes.
let's try a hard one. Let's try chimney caps
Okay.
Atlanta.com. That's got to be a weird one.
I looked at that. It was close.
Who
I just
the hell orders chimney caps?
Probably a lot of roofing companies.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
There we go.
And maybe we'll do one other one after this.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think this is, I have to make sure I've got the right XML to CSV converter. Yeah, here we go. Okay.
People with squirrel problems. Good point.
Which one did you want me to use, Gary?
Use that one, chimneycapsatlanta.com.
Okay, that's perfect. In fact, it's a city, it's localized, okay? I'm going to take that and I'm going to come over and type that in, okay?
Diane says, oh my God, I went to Menards the other day. A friend of mine was looking for chimney caps.
Let's see if we can pull a sitemap.xml. Y'all did give me a challenge one here. It's not your typical, it doesn't have a sitemap with it.
Well, there's problem number one. Okay.
Let's take this. Okay, we'll do it the old-fashioned manual way, but it's not hard to do. Okay, so I'm going to load up a couple of these. I'll just do 4, 5, 6. Okay, so chimney caps Atlanta. I'm going to come back over here. Let's close some of these tabs to make it a little bit easier here. And come down here, click add. And I'm going to say chimney caps Atlanta. Okay. Come down here and it is going to be a local, but I'm just going to put this under demo. And okay. Now we need to come in and we'll start with local. I'm going to turn on local.
So what is that? When you turn on local, what are you doing?
I'm opening this tab right here. Okay.
Okay.
So that I can
I
build
got
a
you.
local page.
So you can build a
Yeah, if
local
I turn,
information page. Okay. Cool.
yeah, if I turn it off, it makes it into a regular mash that we're going to use on a schedule.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm just going to turn it on. So now the mash knows just to stick with this one. So chimney caps Atlanta. Okay. And copy that.
You guys finding this helpful, everybody? I mean, there are certain elements that you can take and do this on your own if you wanted to, right? But it certainly seems to be a whole lot easier if we're using a system that makes it dead simple.
Okay, I told you I'm kind of lazy as a marketer, so I'm just going to go over to Chat AI, write a short description about
You stinker.
chimney caps in Atlanta.
You stinker.
Okay.
That's right. I think we all are doing that now.
Yep. So this is the easy way to get your description in here. Okay. Now you can spin it. I've got Word AI connected and it's going to go through and spin it if I've got any credits left for the month. Okay. So very good spinning tool is Word AI. Spin Rewriter is okay, but it's not the same. Okay. I know this is going to be maybe in home remodeling. And let's go roofing. Yep. Okay. And then this is where you put chimney caps in Atlanta. Okay. And then I would come back up here to the blog itself and maybe put in the phone number. Just in my tags. And maybe, let's see if we can find something else in here. Chimney cap installation specialist. Okay, there we go. And one more is we'll come back over here and go chimney cap replacement price. These are words. He's done a great job with the website, putting the words that are in people's mind right there. So
I told him how to do that. So
you did good. He listened. That's the even better part. Okay.
Need to spell installation correctly. You spelled it wrong.
Which one?
Spell installation correctly.
Installation. Let's see.
It's on the site spelled wrong.
Yeah, it's on the site. That's okay. They can
Okay.
fix that.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to do local template footer, number of external links. Let's pull 10 just to make it easier and faster. Okay. Where do you want them? I'm just going to do a scatter pattern and display images. Let's turn them all on. Make sure they're on. Let's do 100 characters. Custom domain. We'll do topic gate. This is one of our shared domains. Override. I'll put 7. Override, let's put 7 in there. Okay. And we could do a geolocate, but I don't know if I'm going to skip this for right now because I don't know the last launch.
Right.
But this is where you would put the map in there. Okay. Turn that off. And now we're going to go down to put in some static links. Okay. So I'm going to put in the main page. Hit enter. Come in and put in each of these blog posts.
So you just bring in all those in so you can mix and mash them up with all the authority sites, right?
Yep.
Does that make sense to everybody? I'm trying to read everybody saying it makes sense and trying, it's coming so fast I can only read the one that's there. Come on, guys. Is this making sense? You learning something? All right, link gopher, paste them all. There you go. That's all right. Come on, guys.
I kind of cheat whenever I use a site map and then I use the program called XML to CSV and it converts everything to it.
Okay.
Okay, last one we'll put in there.
Well, we don't have a site map, so we have to do it the long way.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
something, whoever this site is, you better do a site map because you're missing the boat.
Yep. And I may just, it may be under a different sitemap.feed or something like that. Okay, now you could put sales page, you could put your product pages in there.
So Damon, here's a question from a little bit ago, right? How could or how does FeedBurner fit into something like this?
FeedBurner is going to be your source of RSS feeds.
Right. Okay.
And
so you can actually you can go to FeedBurner and get a bunch of RSS feeds and bring them in here and you're fine, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And it takes a little while to bring them over here.
But the only reason I was asking is because FeedBurner being a Google property and all.
Yeah. And I mean, you can put the FeedBurner link in there. I'm still waiting for this to come over right now. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Got them in there twice. And that's okay. In fact, I'll leave them in there twice just for this example. And I'm going to get data for all the rows. So again, we're going to go out, we're going to grab the title, the description, and the image URL.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Okay. Now this page doesn't have a featured image in the meta description. That's where we're pulling the featured image. Okay. So that might mean I may need to put some links in there. Okay. So I'm going to hit update. Now I've got the local page built. Now let's go in and grab some RSS feeds. So I think I've got one on roofing. Okay. Wow. I may not have a hobbies, home improvement. I'm going to use this one.
Same thing. It's a home improvement, so it fits fine.
Yeah. So then I come over here. Well, if it wasn't Zoom, it'd be running really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's go find. I'm surprised I don't have any roofing investment business.
Someone's asking while you're looking at that, can you use a subdomain on Amazon AWS as the customs domain?
Believe, yes.
You should. It's just a domain name. Just happens to be on AWS, right?
Yep. Let's do this one. I think I have some DIYs in there. Well, okay. I'm just going to come up and know. I know I've got one. We're just going to. I don't have any set roofing, so let's do business growth. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's one. We'll just get Sling in there. I'm just going to add some RSS feeds.
Okay.
In fact, let's do it right. Let's come over here. Roof. I'll show you how I do my research. Roofing RSS feeds. Okay, you're going to find this right here. This is my secret source of RSS.
That's your cheat sheet. All right.
That's what I am showing everybody, my cheat sheet. Okay.
That's
So
that
classic
$1,000 a month masterclass you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm showing you exactly what I've showed my masterclass. Okay, here's the RSS feed right here. I'm going to right mouse click it. I'm going to copy the link address and come over here and replace that one. And let's get about 4 more in there. John Shorts. Now I'm also looking at a couple things. How often do they post? This is 2 posts per quarter. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably not enough RSS feeds for you. Okay.
Right.
He does have some followers on Facebook and Twitter. So 5 posts per quarter, 1 post per month, 4 posts per quarter. Okay. 2 posts per week. This might be a pretty good one. So copy link address.
You guys learning anything here? I mean, this is pretty cool stuff.
And I know I'm going through this is kind of fast,
Yeah,
but I wanted to get through and show you a lot of different things. 4 posts per day, roofers coffee shop.
Loving it. Absolutely. Yes. Great stuff. I mean, come on. This is pretty good stuff, guys.
Metal Roofing Alliance. Yeah, I showed you all my secret trick too. That's people go, how can you find all these RSS feeds?
Yeah, well, I know Gary and I just learned something, so we thank you for that.
Well, good.
Now we can go tell everybody in our rooms and they think we're smart.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm checking these RSS feeds and I'm going to pull them over. Now there may be a chimney cap RSS feed list, but I'm sure that the roofing feed list covers a general topic around that.
Topical relevance, Damon.
Yep. And that's what you're looking for is you're looking to be combined with the experts in the field.
Right.
Okay, while that's doing that, I know we've got a lot of traffic going on right now in the RSS Masher. Usually it's fairly quick, but you know, when you're on a Zoom call.
Yeah, when you're in Rome.
Any questions I can answer as we're going through this?
Yeah, you answered the subdomain question. Let's see. No, I don't see any. If anybody has any real quick questions, pop them in there right now while we're waiting.
Yep.
Any other questions?
We had one a while back, national versus local.
Yeah, I think Damon answered that. You can do this for national, local affiliates. Is this it? blog.feedspot.com? That's what Johnny's asking.
Oh, what I brought this from?
Yeah.
Yes, it's sitting inside a blog FeedSpot, and I have a membership to FeedSpot. But if you go through FeedSpot looking for these, it's difficult. So the trick to finding that is your topic RSS feeds.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you'll find this one feed spot within the top 5. Okay. And I mean, I use this all the time. In fact, I go top commercial. There's even more right in there. You got to get rid of that. But just right click this, and that's the RSS feed. So let's see where we're at. Well, let's do this. For some reason, it got hung up there. Edit. Come back to website feed. Oh, they're in there. They're ready to go. Okay. Now, all this other stuff, article template, this is what we used to have is you can do article scraping. You don't need to use it. I don't use it at all, but Wayne wanted to put it in there in case if somebody wanted to scrape the post. Guys, you're not going to get in trouble using RSS feeds, but if you're actually taking word by word out of their post and putting it onto your site and making it yours, that could be a copyright violation. That's why I only use RSS feeds. Okay. So I've got my RSS feeds in there. Now I'm going to come over here to YouTube search. I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to do chimney cap replacements. Put that in there. Okay. Now, if you remember, we didn't have images, so we're going to have to put images in there as well. I guess Wayne's doing something in here. Okay. So images, image packs.
So you always want to make sure you have an image in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you do them yourselves, then you could do your own metadata and you can have all that already done for you, which also helps the page and the surrounding information and telling Google what your site's about as well. So you could certainly do all your metadata, then put your image in here and then have a threefer.
I don't know if I have anything on roofing.
Yeah, just pick a image. It doesn't matter.
Okay, we'll do. I've got beautiful home interiors up here.
There you go. That's perfect.
Okay, we'll use that. Make sure this is turned on. And image replacement, first image, and I'll hit update. Okay, now we've built our local. We've spun the description and we found that on chat. We got everything in here and the thing we're missing is images. Okay. So what I'm going to do is hit build. And we'll go in and we're going to pull images out of here, out of your image pack.
So, Damon, realistically, there's really nothing that you're doing here that somebody just can't go out and do on their own.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Yep.
The only difference is probably 5% of the time that it would take to do it if you went out on your own, you get it done here and it gets done correctly and perfectly. Whereas if we
Right.
do it ourselves, we're tending to make mistakes and having to redo and everything else. Same thing with the stuff that we build, right?
Right.
So
And the question,
go ahead.
okay. You notice that we're missing
Images.
Da Vinci roof caps. Some of these guys don't have images.
There you go. Must be the same guy he
Okay.
works for.
Okay. And this is Chimney Caps Atlanta. Okay. So I want to show you what it looks like before we hit get the images in there. Okay. So which one would you click on? I would probably click on these that have images so you can kind of see
No
real
question.
quick which ones you're going to click on. Okay. But as far as Google's concerned, they don't care if you have an image or not. They're going to read the link. Okay. So are you building it for clicks or are you building it for Google to read? Okay. So I'm going to improve this a little bit more. And notice this, we're going to be spinning this too, the Atlanta chimney caps. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense. You may have to fix your spin tags. Feed tags, news categories. Okay. So let's come back over here and let's go back to local. And I'm going to get data for all rows. I'm going to do this again.
Does everybody understanding how important images are? I mean, for two reasons, right? First is the aesthetics of the page. And secondly, taking the time to run them through one of our image metadata processes, especially what Richard's been sharing with you guys the last few days, and making sure that all the metadata from that image is in that image that you want to be in that image. So when it's on the Google page, Google reads what? The metadata of the image. So it enhances the credibility of the page, the relevancy of the page, and also the ranking of the page. Does that make sense to everybody? Give me a 1 if you know how important it is to take the time to actually monetize and make damn sure that your image is fully compliant with metadata. Because otherwise, you're going into a room with lights in the ceiling, but there's no freaking light switch. That makes sense?
Yep. Yep.
I mean, seriously, right? Like Johnny said, more places for Google to read and understand and rank you for what you're trying to accomplish.
How many people remember the giant thumbnail that used to come with a YouTube by a series of little tricks? Everybody, do you know how hard it was not to click on that thumbnail? It was almost impossible not to click it. Well, the same rule kind of applies here.
Right?
Now, I'm going to turn this off because for some reason it's not switching. It's on the chimney caps. It's not putting an image in its place. So we're going to turn it off. We're going to replace all images in there.
Okay.
We hit update. Come back over here, and I use this build button. I wear out the build button on my screen here.
Is that called Pat's easy button?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Just build, look at it, build, look at it until you get it right. And then you're ready to go. Now, once you're done.
How much time does that save? Holy crap.
Okay. Now so it's only replacing the ones that have images right now. So this is challenging here. Okay. And once you're done, you hit finish and activate down here. So y'all have given me a good challenge in here. And what I'm going to do is, because it doesn't have any image URL, I'm going to pull up
Can't you just go to Pixabay and grab a bunch?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up,
We'll go to Google Photos and just grab a whole bunch off the first page.
Yep. And we'll do chimney cap.
There you go.
Okay. So let's just pull that one. I don't want to pull that. That's
Wayfair.
Open.
I mean, it's all right,
Those
Damon.
are all-
We get the idea. You don't have to necessarily spend a whole lot of time trying to do this.
Okay.
We understand what you're doing.
Okay. Anyway, you could pull this image, put it in, and basically you would fill in the image right in here. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's how you would get your own images in there if you don't have an image in there right now. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. So that's, I know this is, I took a little bit longer, but I did show you how I pull my feeds, how I get everything ready. I would just make sure on this site, I would go back to the site itself, and on these blog posts is make sure you got a featured image in the meta. And I don't know if this is a WordPress site. I don't think it's a WordPress site. Let's see.
It's a WordPress site. I checked it.
Okay. I would drop in a program called Yoast. And then that way we can pull the featured images. It makes sure that there is a featured image in the meta. Okay. So anyway, that's it. To me, this is kind of exciting, is because you can do a lot of things with it. Now, what I did with this is, if you see you're not pulling images, okay, correctly, here's what you do. Turn all images off. Hit update. You don't want to give the citation links any unfair advantage. And I've got several of my own sites that I've done this. And that way you're comparing apples to apples. You have a link with no image, and the citation has a link with no images, and you're just putting links in there.
That makes sense.
Okay. So what I've showed you is the local page. And RSS Master has so much more to go with it, really beyond the scope of what we're doing here. But look at this. See how nice it looks now?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, if I changed it around on this local, okay, I'm going to say, I'm going to change the template. I'm going to do an HTML grid. And I hit update. Okay. Now come over here to build. Now, what I'm doing with the local HTML only is I'm taking off the top, I'm taking off the bottom, so I just have the links. Now, this is good as strictly a citation embed. So if you got a WordPress blog post, or you got a Google Doc and you want to do, the embed underneath, you can. But here's the preview web. Okay. Nothing at the top, nothing at the bottom. But this goes great in, and what we do is we actually add it to another mash at the bottom of a mash, so that we're posting it directly into our WordPress site. So we put these citation links into WordPress and into Blogger directly below the content itself. So this is the second way that you can use these local pages, is you use them as an add-on to other pages. Okay, you hit finish and activate.
Yeah, I got it.
And here's the 7078 number. So if I'm maintenance and repair skylights, hey, this might be actually a good one to go with that. If I take this maintenance and skylights, and it's 7078, and I come over here to edit. Now, this is a regular mash that's going to go into a WordPress. I've got website feeds building it. I'm going to come over here to hooks. Hooks are what you put stuff on top, you put stuff on bottom. So this is the content. So I'm going to do a local mash. I'm going to actually put it below the citation and above the helpful content. So that's the format that I need. Let's see, local mash, insert token. And it was the number was 7708. I'm gonna put that up here. Just gotta clean up the formatting. Hit update.
So what are we doing with this one now?
This one is a regular blog post.
Okay,
That is about skylights. So if I want to put his chimney caps in with my skylight blog post,
gotcha. Which makes sense, yeah.
yeah, I would put it at the bottom. These are just other links.
Mhm.
Preview web. Now, this is not the actual formatting that you see on WordPress, but here's the content. Things you should know about eaves trough repair and replacement, okay?
Okay.
So we have an image in there. We got the citation. And let's see. Skylight repair. Okay, these are, for some reason, it didn't show up. Oh, I know what I did. Yeah. Okay, come back to manage mash. You got to actually activate it. So chimney caps is in demo mode. Let's make sure. Yeah. Okay. 7078. Okay. Damon, I'm not doing very good on this maintenance and skylight repair. So 7078. So you got to get the ID correct, and I didn't do that.
Oh, wow.
77. It's 7078.
I'd have probably got all 5 characters wrong. Quite all right.
Okay, let's try this one more time, and then we'll be done with it.
Cool. While that's cranking up, someone's asking, can we get the RSS feed URL after creating the RSS?
Yes,
So we can then take that and use it in different places.
yes.
Perfect.
Okay, here is the RSS feed to any of the sites right there, but we're going to look at the preview web, make sure it's on there. So there's the article. Look at that.
Yep, beautiful.
All
Beautiful.
chimney caps. Frequently asked questions. And here's another post, and there we go. So this is how you can get your content or your client's content into,
Mhm.
and it's great to do internal linking. I mean, if you want to do this with your own pages in there. Okay. And somebody asked about the feed. There's the RSS feed right there.
Okay.
That you can use anywhere. Now, this is a regular mash, but each of the locals have their own RSS feed as well.
Gary, you got to be loving this, bud. I mean, you're the RSS, king of TRS, man.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
And-
Right down my alley, Damon.
Yep. Okay, so any questions before we kind of wrap this thing up here?
Nope, I'm keeping up on all the questions. The last one I had was the one I asked you.
Okay, perfect. So,
I mean, the only question that I have in all reality, and the 3 people that have left are going to miss out on this answer is, how much value does this add to the Google site itself and the page itself when you're bringing in relevant information about your topic?
it's pretty powerful is you're just dropping in all these expert links in there right beside your links. And the thing I didn't really show you is if you did Article Forge, you can put an article above your content or above the local links, and that would go into your Google site. So you could get a fresh Article Forge every time you did that schedule update. So if you're updating every 7 days, it pulls a new Article Forge every 7 days for you. So you're making your Google site, that particular page, you're making it dynamic then, that Google is going to want to refresh. Okay. So
basically what you're saying is that even though you live downtown, you're rubbing shoulders with the Uptown Snobbits.
Yes, yes.
That came from Scott Rogers. I just added to it.
And
But that's basically what's happening.
and Patrick, you mentioned one thing, and I wanted to point it out to you, is, okay, you can do this manually, absolutely. How many of these are you going to do manually?
No,
Now, if you notice,
no.
I've got some bookkeeping ones in here. I've got one, in fact, I've got one for Fairview, Texas. So we're going to go into Fairview, Texas. And Fairview is a little bitty town in between Allen and McKinney. But I'm going to clone this.
Oh,
And I'm going to come up here and go, okay, we don't need Fairview now. We need Prosper. So I am changing this local page to make it Prosper.
oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. And then I would, I would definitely have I have this one as a test one, Prosper, Texas. So I would change my description, change the title for it, and hit update. Come over here to local and change that to Prosper. So I have one for Fairview. I'm going to come in
That's pretty
here.
cool.
And Prosper is one of the fastest growing little communities. In fact, it's a
Yeah.
town now. It's not even a town. I guess it's a city. It's got 250,000. And they just got Universal Studios is coming in right in the middle of everything. So, and then you could change this, change all your links and make them all Prosper related. And,
Right.
then you come down here, you even change your Google map if you wanted, hit update. And come over here and hit build.
Wow.
And so what I'm doing is I'm building a completely separate, different HTML page, a page URL, okay? And it says Prosper in it now. So now we have accounting services in Prosper. And actually I would fix the description a little bit better and fix all the links in there for Prosper there. And I would change this map so it's showing Prosper versus McKinney.
Yeah,
So
but,
you
I
can
mean,
do
it's like 3 minutes worth of work.
Yep. So this gives you the ability to cover a lot of different towns in that same area. You're still going to have rotational links in there. So what I would do is even set one of the pages to rotate every 7 days. The next one rotate every 8 days, rotate every 9.
Mhm.
So you're always getting different content in there. So anyway, I just want to show you that, that's the quick way to building a whole bunch of local pages real quick. So I'll
So
share.
let's ask a question in reference to this, and then, you can share with everybody, what the, what your offer is and what you're selling and
Okay.
everything else. But in the meantime, Gary's got to think about, what we're going to be able to do with everybody as well. But think about and answer this question in reference to what we're doing. And this is why I wanted you to be here today to share this, on Google Sites. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time on web pages, all right?
Yep.
And so doing this on sites is pretty relatively new, yes or no?
Yes. Very,
Okay.
very new.
Okay, probably since the last time we talked and I told you to do it.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, I learned about it 4
probably
months
some
ago.
truth to that anyway, right?
Yep.
But so how is this going to fit in really nicely with the launch that we're going to have coming up shortly, where we've got software that's going to be building the Google Sites. And then the second part of that is once we create the Google Sites, we're then going to be able to create the Google PBNs. And then once we create the Google PBNs, we're going to be able to create the Google Sites into Google News sites, right? So we got like a 4-stage thing going on here coming up shortly. And if anybody isn't on that list that I put into all of our chat rooms about Google sites and things that were coming, you know, get a hold of Rod or get a hold of Gary, and you want to get on that list because there's going to be some special things that happen. But my main question here, Damon, is that how does this fit with that progression of, okay, here's a Google site. Okay, cool. Here's all the RSS feeds. All right, cool. And then now we move up to the next generation of the next generation and the next generation. How's that flow going to fit with that and help the next generation process become even better and better and better and better? That's really what I'm interested in.
Well, the good thing is you're building a page here. So you're building a link that you can do as an embed. And you place it, and let's say it's on your money site, your Google News site. Okay. So you've got the right links that you want to go out on your Google News site. Now, as you're building your PBN, which we're building PBNs, but we're not on Google Sites, we're using these local pages at the bottom of our PBN articles that will point across as it's a tier 2. The PBNs are always your tier 1s and tier 2s, but they're pointing back up to the original money sites, and they're crossing over to other tier 1s in that same grouping, because all it is just a set of links. This is an easy way to build a set of links, and then you infuse it with all the expert RSS feeds. So if you want to bury some link, I wouldn't say bury, if you want to commingle some of your PBN links, your tier 1s and tier 2s, in a local page that is combined with expert RSS feeds, then you have that one link that you can drop in your different Google sites, wherever you want to put that local page. And it's going to carry that link authority back over to your PBN sites. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, well, who's got questions? Damn, you know what? You better have something that you can put in the chat here to sell, because everybody's going to leave here in a minute.
Okay. So here's our offer. It's a Ranking Factory offer, and you could save 20% off our RSS Masher. Now, you get RSS Masher. That's the main tool, but you get this local page builder. It's 20% off, and it's ranking 20. Coupon code, it's good for 3 days, and it's vidpenguin.link/ranking20.
Leave that up so I can type it in the chat here for everybody.
Okay.
vidpenguin.link.
And it's all caps on the ranking 20.
All right. Somebody test that and make sure I know what I'm doing, because I didn't put the HTTPS in front of it, so I screwed it up already.
Well, I think it should work.
Yeah, but it's not going to work in the chat that way. There you go. Now it works. Everybody got it? Give me one if it. Somebody click on it, whether you're buying it or not. Just click on it and tell me it works. Please, please. I have an RSS Masher. Does this work for other upgrades?
If you already got RSS Masher, contact Wayne through the support channel, and he'll upgrade you and use that coupon.
There you go. I mean, literally for what is coming. Gary, you want to address a little bit about, you know, some of your thoughts about what you're building, what's coming, how we're doing it, what you've done to test it, and you know, how many new sites we built, how many G sites we built. Somebody said the link is not working. 2 other people said the link is working.
That's a little weird. Yeah, what we're actually doing, we started out with G sites to create them into first a PBN, you know, to prove that would work. But then we kind of modified our thinking to start to turn them into news sites. and actually into a news site PBN. And in doing so, a couple things happen. The majority, almost 100%, became indexed as well. Once they became news site, they just almost like instantly indexed, which is real fascinating. So as of right now, I'm approaching 500 sites, not quite there, but I'm close. I'm about 470 G sites that are now news sites in this PBN I've built.
That's some testing.
And
If I need, yeah, okay. So, yeah, so the link that I just tested works. Damon put it in there and as well.
Yep.
So the whole thing about wanting to bring this piece to what we have is that we have like band-aided an RSS feed, into the G sites. And we found a workaround, Gary found a workaround on how to take this and do this and take that and twist it this way and, mix it all up. And then we get some RSS feeds into the Google sites. But, the reason that I like this so much is it's easy, it's simple, it does exactly what we want to do. We can bring in the images, which we couldn't before with Gary, right? We couldn't do that before.
Nope.
Is the coupon for monthly or annual or both?
I think it should work for both.
Okay. And so that's why this to us, for you guys, is extremely, important, because as we progress in this G site, venture up the scale, we're going to want to have all these things that Damon is sharing with us today to bring in that relevancy, the topical relevancy, bring all the metadata in from the images, being able to do this on the fly, bang, 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 right? And have the easy button, so to speak, if you will, right? Obviously, trying to go through this for the last hour, being detailed and sharing and everything else. I mean, Damon, I would imagine when you're doing this, you can get these done in 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. In fact, I'll spend 15, 20 minutes on that first one for the local city, and then I'll just boom, 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 different cities. On my bookkeeping deal is I've got 30 different cities on another platform, but it's very easy to do different cities with it. And just to kind of add to what you're doing, as I want to see if I can share something with y'all. I'm going to give y'all something that I shared with Wayne earlier. We're building the same, and we had the same conversation, Wayne and I. Wayne is the co-developer on RSS Master. And it was the idea that we need to get Google to index sites. We're building AI indexer, okay? To index sites, the easiest way is to have a Google News approved site that you put in pages that Google almost instantly indexes. And if you have links on that page, there's a good chance it's going to index the links as well. And I talked about that 7-day issue. If you go back to Google Search Console and ask them to re-verify it every 7 days, they will recrawl your site and re-index the page as well. So I'm gonna give y'all something. This is I don't know, Wait, Patrick, if I told you is I had about 4 years of my life, I was a domain broker.
Oh yeah.
And a domain broker, I use Name Grabber, Name Snagger, whatever it is. I went out today and looked at the last 3 spreadsheets. And we're looking for Google News sites, good domain names for general broad categories, for categories that we can put in and build Google sites when they open up this Google site building. I'm very excited.
Well, we already have it, Damon. You don't have to worry about when they do it, for crying out loud.
I know. We have our own master sites that we're building on, but I mean, these are names that are expired domains, like Minutes Update or your Info Center, RSS News Online. This is, if y'all don't, I'm letting y'all grab them if you want to, because Wayne didn't respond back to me quick enough. Local live news.
Put them in the chat. We'll go buy them right now.
I mean, these are, every one of them has a domain value of at least $900. Let's see.
Wait a minute, don't put them in the chat. Just send them to me personally. Take that screen down right now.
Actually, I don't have the option to go to everyone. So if you can pass that to everyone. But top site ranking, marketing ideas daily. My favorite one on this was link answers. And you know, if y'all take mine, it's okay. But these are ones that, as a broker, if they had a Google News site on this, these are worth $5,000 to $10,000 if they're good. Google News approved sites. Top site ranking, US Explorer, Vanity Review. Man, if nobody buys that, I'm going to buy it tomorrow. Vanity Review is a great site for gossip news, for anything that is Hollywood related, to make it into a Google News site. So I gave y'all a bonus here. You don't have to buy RSS Master. I'm giving you what I would have bought myself if Wayne had. I always want Wayne to give me the head nod and, you know, yeah, we'll buy these. But RSS News Online, that's a great news site right there.
That's a fantastic one, actually.
Yeah. GIST posting blog. Or the one I do like, Minutes Update. I mean, that just it's like shouting, you know, this is an instant news site right here. Anyway, I just want to give that to y'all as a bonus for staying on the call. I know I talk a long time and I talk slow, and today Patrick and Gary, you know, gave me the podium, so I want to give y'all something in return.
Damon, you know what we call that?
What?
That's talking Texan.
That's talking Texan. Somebody told me the other day I sound like Dr. Phil, and I'm like, well, thank you very much for that. Anyway, Patrick, I'm done. Hope everybody has a chance to see all this and you know, watch the replay if you want. And this is, like I said, local is just a small part of what RSS Master does. We have a Facebook group, a very active Facebook group, but I even have a Facebook, if you're just not sure about, if you're not sure about what RSS Master does, I did a 4-day mastermind intensive training, and I'm going to post that in the group as well. And then if you can copy that over to everyone, join this group. If you want to learn everything there is about RSS Master, everything you can do, and I spend 1 day just on local pages. Go through this Facebook group. It's free training. Just sign up, and you're going to learn RSS Master from nuts to bolts on how to do everything. Any final questions or things that we could share?
No, I'm good, man. If anybody else has any other questions, Gary?
I haven't seen any. Hold on 1 second. Let me look at the Q&A real quick. There is one question. Why not use the pages instead of blog posts?
The pages themselves?
Yes.
Yeah, you certainly can, and we do. They're HTML pages, so you can, this is a link that you can use anywhere you want. So this is a full-blown page. You don't have to put it in a blog. However, there is not, it doesn't have a website surrounding it. That would be the only holdup. But if you wanted to link, you know, send links to this one page, you can certainly do that.
Okay. We have one other question. I see that what if I need to upgrade after a couple months?
You could certainly upgrade. In fact, let me.
Will the 20% still apply then?
No, the 27 20% would only apply to your first purchase. There's 2 OTOs with this. OTO 1 is the API Club, and you get it at $19 a month if you get the OTO 1. If you wait until afterwards, it's $29 a month. And the API Club is, in fact, I'll just log into here. The API Club gives you, when you go to the scheduler, you can do smart emojis with your syndication to Twitter and Blogger and all that. You could do smart tagging. It's going to read the first couple sentences in your title and do some smart tagging. But what we use it for is the image cropping. Is if you get a lot of non-standard images, it's going to do a 16:9 frame cut on the image. And it's going to, what I say, it's nose focused. It's going to put the nose of the person right in the middle of the frame. It's a very neat technique, but it's automated for you. So as we're doing the RSS masher, we go into the scheduler and we're posting to WordPress, is we use the smart cropping to get really good featured images in there. That's the API Club. That's $19 a month. The let me see. Answered. See if I can. Yeah, I put the Facebook group in there that has the full training on it in the Q&A. But the OTO2 is what we call double your local pages. Okay, so it's $149 as OTO2, and if you buy the standard, which most people do, they start out with standard, then they upgrade. So you get a total of, let's just look at what your totals are down here. Okay. And I'll expand the page a little bit here. Okay. With the standard, you're going to get 20 active local pages. So you can have many more than 20, but you can only have 20 active at any one time. If you buy OTO2, the double your page offer, we are going to make that 40 local pages for you. And we give you 2 extra custom domains that you can use in local pages. Now, if you bought that and you decide later you want to get professional agency, let's say you go up to agency level and you get 250 active local pages. Well, if you bought the double your page offer, you're going to have 500 of these active local pages in there. So it's a very good offer. It's $149 on the OTO2. If you buy it separately, this is the dashboard. If you click that link and you buy it separately, I believe it's $297. Yeah, it's $297 if you buy it after you're already a member. So just recommendation, if you think you're going to use this and you're going to use it a lot, go ahead and buy that OTO2 and double your pages with it. Okay. And let's see, anything else? You can do listicles. We have a builder and you get the importer for free if you get the API Club. So that's another advantage of the API Club. The importer works if you have, I use it with Phrase. So I do all my helpful content, all my listicles inside of Phrase, and then I import them and it automatically parses and does all the stuff. And I get a good list of helpful content. Okay. And this is kind of what it looks like, how to start a vegetable garden. I'll hit edit. So, you get questions, here's questions, and we spin the answer. And then you have how-to articles, you have links in there. I mean, I'm kind of really quickly going over this, but this is extra stuff. This is what Google has asked for. They want you to have helpful content. Right. And so that's what we're adding to the bottom of all our blog posts is helpful content. Any other questions?
I'm pretty clear on everything.
Okay.
Everybody learned something today?
Yep. And that's the most important thing, whether you buy the product or not. I mean, I'd like for you to, but I have fun doing this. I know Patrick and Gary, we geek out all the time on this, especially all the Google stuff that you can do with links and information.
Exactly, right?
Yep.
And being able to put them together and knowing what the power is of what we're actually building to come, in the next couple months, guys. I mean, Gary's been kicking ass. I mean, how many G sites have you built, Gary?
Somewhere, I don't know exactly anymore. It's somewhere around 470 that I have now total.
Okay.
That's amazing.
That he's done personally, right? And then of those, we're going to be able to take all those and convert those to Google News for everybody. And, so you've got this whole progression of the basic, and then the other part that we forgot to tell everybody is, remember, Damon, I was telling you the other day that we have the plugin for, you can just take your HTML from your site, your regular site, and take that and plug it into Google Sites, and it'll take your regular site and build you a Google site out of your regular site with that plugin within seconds.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
And nobody has that available. Ain't nobody out there got that. Right? So, all right, we're not going to belabor it. We're just excited that you guys are here. Give Damon a hell yeah, heads up. I'm in.
Great job.
Great job, whatever it is. Let's not leave him hanging here. He's done a great job, getting this information to us, and you can take it, you can use it, you can do anything you want with it.
Yeah, and guys,
and find me some more damn sites this time, and don't put them in the freaking chat. I was only able to buy one, man. They had already freaking out there, got them all.
I know this is like my passion project. Is every day it comes out at 10 o'clock, and I'm the first one out there grabbing. I buy 1 or 2 domains a day. I'm really silly about it. But guys, if you ever need to reach me, I mean, we've got a full support ticket system right here. You click here, you get all the support ticket. Wayne is the one answering the tickets. So he's on UK time. So if you put in a ticket at 6 p.m. Eastern time, he won't see it till the next day. But if you want to book time with me on the phone, I've got 15-minute slots. You come down here, click that, book a 15-minute spot, and I can probably answer most of your how-to questions and get you off started very quickly. And it's a 15-minute Zoom call. I have a certain schedule through the week, and there's not a lot of people that make themselves available for their own products like this, but I do, because I believe if you can get if the light bulb goes off and you go, oh, I get it, and you start doing it, I'm going to learn something from you. So very excited. So Patrick, thank you. I don't have anything else. I'm done.
Yeah, the poor people that watch the replays are going to go try and buy one of those domains, and they're going to say, make offer, make offer. Richard, I'll give you $27, you punk. Yeah. He even puts it in the chat.
Like, which one did he buy?
RSS News Online.com.
Oh my gosh.
I was buying that for Gary, baby. He's gonna hold that hostage.
I can't believe I dropped that by accident. I should have pulled that myself. Yeah, the one that
I'm telling you.
The links answers.com and the guest blog post or something like that. Yeah, y'all got a little bonus there.
Yeah, well, somebody got a little bonus,
Anyway,
so anytime you have an extra one left over, don't just go over to my email. It's fine. We'll just buy it.
Yep.
So Richard says he owes you breakfast. So there you go. And he's not too. Listen, Richard's not too far from you either.
No, he's pretty close. He's not far at all. And guys, I tell you something too, is before, if you buy these domains and you just want to warehouse them until you're ready to put them together, go to dan.com. Okay, and you can list them for sale and put them with them for sale. You don't even have to do the name transfer, but it's dan.com. And they have the ability where you can rent it, you can lease it, you could sell it. They got a lot of options or make an offer. So I've sold a couple of them through dan.com that I just kind of warehouse, put them out, and I don't have time to build every one of them every single day. So hopefully, everybody got some good information today, and I look forward to hearing how you progress with it.
All right, buddy. Man,
Okay.
you just throwing up at the end of this thing. It's like, damn. All right, guys.
Thanks,
A
y'all.
lot. Lots of good stuff up there saying thanks, Damon. Appreciate it. Awesome shit. Love it. Learned a lot. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Thumbs up. See, hey, look, we got one thumbs up coming up the side. See? Oh, there's another one.
There's another one. All right.
Up. Oh, here we go, baby.
Yep.
Here's proof of the pudding.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
They're floating up.
Yep.
So, all right, brother. Appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. Later. All right. Bye-bye.